Hi friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back with Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're stopped here because I wanted to show you something. Now, if you're a noticeable kind of a person, an observant kind of a person, I think it's probably the right word to say, you'll already observe it. Go on, I'll give you another 3 seconds. You seen it? Can you see it? Look at this. Yeah, pedestrians, people. That's what we're looking at now. Is the new update has dropped. I think that's what they say in the business. So something has dropped. I kind of go, well, that doesn't sound like a good thing. But yes, one of the things that has changed is that your pedestrians are now prepared to walk an awful lot further to get to work. Look at this lot. This lot are all coming out of here, strolling over to work in a chemical plant. And as such, we're belting out a heck of a lot of chemicals, which is terrific. Yeah, this solves a mighty problem. It's less successful in the plastics factory. Not going to lie, less successful overall, and that's what we're going to turn our attention to today. Is try and make that work, and we'll have a bit of a poke around and see if we can find anything else. All right, okay, that's what we're doing. Stick around. Right, we do have a secondary objective today, and that is, if we spot the booze train, we will follow it to its destination, because as you can see, I've got $75,000 in the bank now, but I wanted to get a feel for just how long it took to get there, because it takes a very, 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 very long time to get to where it's going. I'm certain it's going to the right place, but I'm not about to go and hunt it down to ascertain that that is in fact correct. No, I'm going to leave it alone and wait and see what's happening. Just to catch up on one more thing before we get underway, the farm is, it's all happening. The farm train is sat here quite happily. It's just, you know, it's just waiting. You go to Communist Chum's warehouse. Yes. Really? Where is Communist Chum's warehouse? That better be the right way. Yeah, that's the border. The warehouse is over there. That's fine. Yeah, so this is going to have quite a lengthy wait because the fields, well, I mean, they're growing in their own good time. But until we've actually got a harvest in, this train is just going to sit there going, I don't know why he paid for me. It seems largely redundant, if you ask me. But there it is. There you go. There it is. Right, okay, back to work. So we're going to try and get plastics moving a little bit more. I'm not even sure why I'm doing it, but I am. We've got 35.5 tons of plastic just sitting in a warehouse. I don't know what for. Did I have a plan? I think I was going to flog it because it sells for quite a decent amount of money, and we've got chemicals now. So I think that was always the booze train. Look, there we go. Comes from Communist Chum's warehouse out to Barrislaw Large Custom, which is a long way away. It's a very long way away. Well, look, I'll tell you what we do. We won't follow it. Just keep your eye on the dollar counter and wait for that to start going up, because we'll know it's arrived. It's not going to have a very lengthy wait because the warehouse is already fully stocked with booze. Come on there, Tiger. Come in, get loaded, get out. That's the scheme for today, for you at any rate. Come on, in you come. And there we go. I have to say at this point, actually, enough respect, as it were, to the developers of this. I've seen a new button for making sure that existing saves continue to work with new developments. That's not always the case, and I'm very grateful that it is the case, because that's jolly helpful. Now, I mean, the things that can't change are obviously, you know, the existing map. Although that said, I believe nuclear power is in now. Let's go electricity. Is electricity? Yeah, let's have a look. Power plants not in there. Oh, hold on. We've got new high voltage lines. We've got a variety of high voltage lines. These are very nice. Oh, yeah. Door. We'll have to dabble with some of that in a minute. Construction. Yes. Energy related. Cooling tower. Oh, how much is that? 1. Yeah. 5, 2. Get some commas in your numbers, people. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a nuclear reactor. Well, I guess that's our new objective then, isn't it? That's 986,000. I can almost run to that now, but I don't know how many cooling towers you need. I would imagine some. Oh, hold on, there's more. A uranium mine. Well, you know what? We could always sell uranium to NATO. Let's go see if we can find some. Hold on, I've been distracted. Sorry. There we go. Grab this. Yeah, drag it out. Captain Uranium there. Okay, what I was going to say is usually what will happen if an update is done is that any changes to map layout and stuff don't happen. Well, it has happened. We've got uranium, and it's actually not far away from an area of land. No, here, there. Right, that we already have in business. How much is a U mine? Mine, uranium conversion plant, no. Uranium processing plant, no. Uranium mine is 187 grand. Now, obviously, I'm going to need all of the supporting structure of the housing variety to get that working. But I am looking at where should I build a second, a second kind of major settlement. As much as my existing major settlement is rather spread out, although maybe I'll stick with that. Interesting. Because I've kind of come to the conclusion, that I should just stick with this series until I can go no further with it. Because this is a very, very compelling game, and I want to get better at it. Well, I mean, I'm reasonable at it as it stands right now, but what I'm not is I'm not building anything that I would describe as primo. At the moment, everything I'm building I would describe as budget. Right, one person can't get it because there's no kindergarten. Let's get these people some shops and stuff. Let's just go for all of the regular bits and pieces that they absolutely dig the most. Start with shopping centre. Now, I could hook that up to yonder whatnot, but I'm not going to. No. Also, turn the grid on for a sec. How's that look? Rotten? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, we've got some space down here. We could put a shopping centre in here. Yeah. Can't remember what rotate is again, can you? Yeah, well, I sort of can. Can you? No. Well, we could bang the shopping centre on the back end of the bus stop. Good luck making that fit. I'll do my best. Right, okay, give me that. Give me this. Give me that. And just do that. Hey, lovely. Back this up. Get some path. Yeah. Footpath. Yeah. Hook it up onto the back of there. Hold everything. You seem to be... No, I don't. I was about to say it was more compliant than I recall it being, but actually it does feel more compliant than it used to be. Well, we'll leave that one as an advisory for the moment. Maybe it's more compliant than it used to be. Do we want to run this out as far as the road? Yeah, and then bolt it onto here. Yeah. Yeah, bolt that over. No, that still doesn't want to play ball, but we could do that. And since people are prepared to walk further these days, then I'm sure that'll be fine. Right, what else are you grumbling about? You've now got food and electronics, okay? You need a pub/tavern. Can do. Can do. No problem at all. Pub/tavern. Pub, tavern. Pub/tavern. /pub/tavern. I've probably hovered over it about 3 times already. Because otherwise, how will people in the chat go berserk? Well, yeah, that's a valid point. What do you think? Put it on here and then just give it good footpath access. Yeah, I mean, you can always trust pubs that are at the end of some dingy little road to be the most violent places on the face of the planet. So let's put that one there. Get the footpath in, and then they can stop grumbling about that as well. Will you? Yes, you will. Will you? Yes, you will. Will you? Yeah, it's working. Okay, what about this one? Yep, that worked too. Okay then. Well, this is all proving to be rather straightforward. Excellent. Right, communist chums, got booze, got food. We probably ought to do that. No, it's fine. If they're coming in that way, then they can just come in this way or that way. Although some front-to-back pathing there would probably be advisable. And then spam it with trees, and no one will notice how horrible the pathing is. You really do have this down to a fine art. I genuinely do. Right. Put a big statue of Lenin in there, everybody will be absolutely thrilled. Right, what else? Come on, it's probably schools and whatnot, so I won't even ask. And sport. Well, you want sport right outside the boozer. Yeah. Just slap it in. That'll do. Okay, right, slapped. Good. What about posh sport for people who are a bit posher and like their sport involving bats? Go on then. There you go. It's like a leisure centre. Soviet style. Why are you saying you're broken? You shouldn't be saying you're broken. And yet, it's very much saying it's broken. Sorry, I only just noticed. But that's not that unusual, is it? That I don't notice something for a little while. Where have I disrupted the polarity of the neutron flow here, or what? No, this all looks fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's fixed. All right, whatever I did wrong, I clearly fixed it again. Or it fixed itself. It could have been either of those things. Right, I'm going to bang another tower block in here. Let's put one of these big prefabs in, if it will fit. It should fit, but, you know, I fully accept that it won't. Hold on, wait. You're in there? No. You got some infrastructure going on. It's that bit of road, isn't it? It's that bit of road, you're right. Okay, well, what if we stick it over here? Then you've got people who can back onto the station, which, you know, they'll find deeply, deeply appealing. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Right, well then we've probably got some space for a bit of school or similar. Education-related kindergarten. Would you mind squirting yourself in via the no, anyway, it's not going to sit by the train track. Could probably get it in here. I don't know if there's anything more important that I ought to be building around here. I mean, maybe a hospital, something like that. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. There we are. Do you want to spin it around? What do you think? What, like that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, can do. Well, it provides ever such slight easier access for people, I think. All right, okay, well, we'll do that then. Come on, in your own time. I've got stuff to do here. I see, there it is, foxed, finally. I was waiting to find out when we were going to be foxed by a connection that refused to play ball. Well, play path, in this case. Go on, go on, go on. Good. There it is. There you go. I reckon that's a connection. Now, whoever it was said, no, it didn't draw the pedestrian crossing across the road a couple episodes ago. I'm inclined to agree with you, and yet it does seem to, you know, form a connection to the path, and therefore it should be all right. But, oh, wait, well, you know, try it. It'll either work or it won't. I mean, we could now spend 45 minutes looking at this and see if anybody walks along that bit of footpath. Not a terrible idea. But we've done that joke, and therefore we've got no requirement to do it again. Right, okay, what else do you want? Is there anything else? A proper school? Okay, yeah, we can figure a school in here somewhere. I mean, you're all living in the shadow of the plastics factory, but you know, I'm pretty sure that's going to leave you all happy and non-radioactive. So that's good. You know, consider yourselves lucky that at some point, pretty soon, there are going to be people living in the shadow of the radiation factory, and that's going to be a whole different kettle of radioactive people. Right, okay. Are we there? What else could they be missing? That would be culture or something like that. Right, place of spirituality, get over it. Meat, you can get it from that shop that I built. Sport, we have some. Be quiet. Hospital. Fairly sure there's one within catchment range. I've certainly got ambulances out the wazoo, so you should be absolutely dandy. You'll notice that we're now about 6 minutes after the booze train left. Hasn't arrived yet. There we are. Just because I looked. Obviously, if it had arrived, I'd have gone, it arrived at some point in the last 6 minutes. Yeah, no, I reckon they're going to be okay. Okay, are you fully stocked? Yes. Your voltage is a little bit erratic. Yeah, I know, but that's because you're a bit erratic when it comes to the application of power stations. And you fling power lines around like, you know, like you've got no idea what you're doing. It's uncanny, that. There's no one in the pub. I built them a pub and now no one's going to it. Flipping ingrates. No. They're not flipping ingrates. Give them a better path. not a conveyor belt, although, you know, some people might be grateful of that. There. Slip that in there, and that will afford a few more people some access. Right, good. So that should result in L Plastics here getting a little bit more L business. That's not the button I wanted to press there, and I wanted to do that, and then I want to turn the yonder grid off. There we are, because that will make everybody happier. Well, it makes me happier. Okay, good. So plastics, what are you waiting for? Workers, mate. Mainly, oh, chemicals. Interesting. You've got some chemicals in the warehouse, no less. Yes. Ah, interesting. Because here's a chemical plant. Chemical out is empty. Yes. Well, moderately empty. Where's that depositing to? It doesn't deposit anywhere. It gets picked up by truck. That is probably dropping it here. We've got 4.5 tons of plastic to export. And you've got no chemicals at the moment. Now, it needs 10 tons of chemical to do 15 tons of plastic. Oh, there we go. We just had some turn up. Okay. All right, and 4.5 tons of plastic out the other end. What does plastic even go for? Why am I doing this? What's my issue here? Plastic P for plastic goes for a load. It does go for a lot, but not as much as nuclear fuel. No, nuclear fuel goes for an absolute chuffing bundle. Uranium ore, not so much. Uranium oxide, yeah. UF6, which is probably something uranium related. Uranium ferrite, sure. Six lumps of uranium ferrite goes for a lot. Nuclear fuel goes for flipping tons. Yeah, it really does. Which leads me to believe that it's going to be insanely expensive to make. And then you just got to deal with nuclear waste. That's fine. I will build a dedicated train line out to the middle of nowhere and just abandon it. The train has arrived. Look, we're up to 113,000. Okay. And part of me at this point is now tempted to switch it over to exporting to communist chums to get my budget up a little bit quicker. Yeah, that would be a good idea. It might be a good idea. I don't think it necessarily will be. Right, you've got booze waiting here. We could store plastic in there as well. Yes. No, no. I think we'll leave that as is. Thank you. We could run a booze train to the communist chums. The only downside there is that it will be refilling so quickly that there's no point in doing so. But look, this is completely full up. We should do something with it. Have I got a truck route to the border? You could make one with a bit of a fight. Yeah, that's no good. Look at this flipping bird's nest we've got going on here. It's ridiculous. All right, okay. Well, look, I think you've probably resolved this, haven't you? I think so. Is anybody getting off? Yeah, you got a couple of people getting off. Okay, anyone going to school? Very few. And actual school hasn't got any power. Are you sure about that? Yeah, because that hasn't got any power. Okay. Yeah, you obviously severed that at some point and didn't reconnect it. Do you want to reconnect it now? That'll help. Yeah, sure. Oh, just try out those. They look exciting. 2 different types of wire. All right, do these. There you go. Right, you've got power now. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Get smart there, children, and lead yourselves on a profitable life expectancy pathway or something. So what I could do is I could go build myself a uranium mine, as you do. It's just up the river here. In fact, I think it's right here. Let's have a quick look. Turn the whatnot on. Uranium, please. Oh, yeah, expand the map then. Right, uranium. Yep, it's right there. In this brown section here is a whole bunch of uranium. Okay, all right. It's near Pumpergrad, so we could possibly do something with that. It's certainly viable to run a train deal over here to get it onto the rail line that we've got going on. But frankly, I might just build another rail line. Yes. Why are you so keen on doing this now? Well, I was going to make steel, but frankly, given the... I think this is probably it, don't you? I think these two dirty great lumps here are probably what we're looking for. But yeah, given that this series was originally about selling power to our neighbours, then I think nuclear power is the ultimate that we could go for here. Alright, well, show me uranium mine. Okay, here we are. Oh, look at all of that. Can't build it in water. There doesn't need to be water here. I could build it there, though. No, but that's where you want to build it. Right. Oh, flipping Nora. Look at all of that lot. There's absolutely loads in there. Keep going. In fact, this whole area is one bit. We could probably get 2 uranium mines in there. Maybe even 3. And yes, some of them wouldn't work at peak efficiency, but I've never cared about peak efficiency. Now, they need 100 workers, which means I'm going to need a uranium mining town. Okay, right. Okay. So, let's think infrastructure first. We've got that rail line. We'll start our own rail line for this. We'll store it locally. I have no intention of selling the raw uranium. Do these sources ever deplete? Let's assume they do for the sake of argument, and instead we will just stockpile uranium ore, because that's a very, very safe thing to do. Good. I'm not even pushing this button yet. I'm going to push that button later. Now, I'm going to need to get a construction yard out here so that I can do some smoothage. Or you could just pay for it. No, that's going to be very expensive. Do you want to set up an entirely fresh one, or do you want to build a road first to bring out the vehicles? Mate, we are 1,000,000 miles from anywhere. We shall do it via a brand new setup, which we will put up here in this nice fielded area. Yeah, this is where town is going to be, and then we'll have a separate ridge lower down that will be Cancer Central. Okay, right. Construction, yes. Related, yes. Office, thank you. We are going to need some electricity. You know what this game needs? What? Local electricity. By which you mean just like a wind turbine or something. It's possibly a little bit early, given it's only 1966, for wind turbines and what have you. Well, I hear what you're saying, but you know, it's just a bit overkill just to use flaming coal plants for everything. Oi, tooltip, get away, go away, get off. Thank you. Right, right. Let's give that a little bit of road. Right, hook that up to there. Right, because it needs a garage next door, you see. Right, garage next door. Yeah. What if I use the hotkey? Will it? Maybe it'll be a little bit less obsessive with me if I just use the hotkeys rather than constantly using the menu. I've just got used to using the menu. I quite like using the menu. Right, bus platform, no. Bus stop, no. Road cargo station, no. Gas station, yes. That one appears to be a one-way gas station. Oh, I'm not too bothered about it being one way or 76 different ways. Go on, flap that in here. We will have a nod towards it being flush with the street there. How much of a nod did you give it? Arguably, not much of a nod. Right. It's without power. Well, I suppose we ought to do that then. Bonnigy? No, not Bonnigy. We'll call this this area. Hold on, we need that. This is K19, obviously. Yeah. Okay, right. Because that K19 is going to extend out that way. Oh yeah, you get that. Right. So, power. Yeah, where are you going to take that from? Well, I could just put a switch over here and nab some of this, I reckon. Isn't this the bit you just had to reduce? Yeah, it is. I'm probably going to need a third power plant. Might I suggest a nuclear? Yes, you can suggest it, but we're a very long way from making that. I have nowhere near got a budget for that kind of behaviour. High voltage switch, right. Okay, well, I'll stick it right in there. Yep, okay, good. B for bulldozer. No. Z for bulldozer. No. 0 for bulldozer. There you go. All right. Bang it in here. 1 times switch voltage high. There we go. And then... Oh, no. I can't... Which is the default one? I think it's that one. Because it won't load 2 different types of wire. Oh, which is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to use one of the new ones for this next bit. Oh, they carry different wattage. That's lovely. Oh, great. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I know. Very good. Anyway, it's not that big a deal. Do you think you might need a little bit more wattage, given that you're going to be running some mines off this? Hold on. I'm going to up the tempo a bit. 6, 8. Let's go 10. I reckon 10 will be enough for a construction yard and a petrol station and whatever else I need. All right. Slap that in there for 20 grand. That's a bargain. There you go. Good. Transformer. Yeah. Put that in about there. Do you want to auto connect? Did it auto connect? I can't rule out that it didn't, you know. Yes, I can. I can now rule out that it didn't. Bulldoze that. Oh, check you out. You working your smart keys. They're not that smart. There we are. Right. And then we're going to want a substation, which we'll stick in here. Yeah. No due care and attention. Now, obviously, we're going to build a town here of sorts. I'm going to use this cutesy-poo little low medium voltage. You got enough now? Ah, so you have. Good. Right. We'll go with a standard package. And that means you buy with rubles. Thank you. Bulldozers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a good number of bulldozers. And then a pair of excavators. Really? We don't really use them that much. Yeah, but this time we might. Okay. There you go. We'll have 2 of those. Do you want another 2? No, I'd rather have the bulldozers do the job fast than the excavators, because we're not going to excavate that much. Look at the fleet. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Now that you've finished making those noises, get to working, man. Right, show the wireframe. Turn that off. Grab this. Up the tempo to maximum, and then I don't know, what height do you want to go at? Well, we're going to dam this river. It's a shame for the river. Right, let's start there. And then let's go. You know you're going to be here a while, right? Yeah. And you might want to check that you're actually in the right place. Yeah, no. But I'm going to smooth out enough to not only be able to handle my mining operations, but also to be able to support the local town. So you're not having the local town on a dip anymore. I may change my mind in about 20 seconds time, but right now, yeah, I mean, you're going to be at this for a bit if your intention is to bring everything up to that height. What if you were to raise terrain? Well, that's where your diggers come in. Oh, well, I mean, look, they're getting it done. You're not wrong, actually. They are getting it done fairly quickly. All right, and now let's compare and contrast. Now grab your bulldozer army. Yeah, look, they really don't hang around, do they? They really don't. Well, the river seems nonplussed by it all. It's just kind of gone, well, we could flood. I mean, we're in Hoover Dam era here. I mean, there's no reason why we can't flood a whole area and just, dam it and use some hydroelectric. Right, let's just check where we're actually building to again, because what I should do here is, yeah, it's there. That's the bit we want. The bit I've just dammed, useless. Well, okay, yeah, I mean, I was close. Yeah, yep, I tell you what needs to be close. Is it the construction yard? It's the construction yard. That's the bit we need close. Yeah. Okay, alright. Alright, now you've built a little lump out. Check it once more, because you didn't make a note of any local areas of interest. Right, that's the bottom edge. Yeah. So if we aim for, I mean, we could go for 3. I mean, that's going to need a huge town to support it. Yes, it is. Right, I think we will go stepped. Very, very wise. Good choice. But I think we'll go on the step that's there. And we'll try for 3 of these. But we'll need to flatten that out first. And that's where I'm going to leave you for today. Because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to flatten all this out, right? And I could turn up afterwards and go, there it is, it's all flattened out, look. But frankly, it's going to take me 45 minutes, so I'm going to get on with that, and then we'll pick it up from here next time around, where we shall all yell uranium, ooh, at each other. Okay, so you want to brace yourselves for that. Yeah, what I need is to put an elastic band over my left mouse button, and then something that just wiggles my mouse a little bit every couple of minutes to put it in a different location. Yeah. How deep is this flipping river? Deep enough. Okay. Well, I'll just carry on. There you go. I'll still do it with the interface off. Well, that's quite soothing then, isn't it? I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next time when we're going to go all nuclear and whatnot. There you go. Right. Catch you next time. Cheerio. Well, nuclear power. Yeah, that's going to go well. I'm utterly confident in that it will go splendidly, that there will be absolutely no disasters, and that all of this is going to work out just beautifully. Yeah, so my intention is that I will stockpile uranium ore to start with until we get to the point of processing it, and then I'll stockpile that until we get to the chance to protest. That's possibly an ill-chosen use of wordage there, but it might not be wrong. We'll see how we go. But I had a vision all of a sudden during the recording of this episode where I thought, a lot of trains would be good. A lot of trains. I mean, a lot of trains. So I'm gonna work on that. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this series. I say this regularly, but I'm going to stick with it for a bit because this is just a game with so much depth to it. It's got so much opportunity for depth and freedom to do things your own way. This is all me. This is my kind of thing. So I've got no plans to end the series at the moment. Talk to me again next week. I might feel entirely differently. Anyway, I'll see you then, shall I?